Welcome. This is Surface Noise. So today's show, will be number 5 in the Rush series I'm doing, Discographies. And this, number 5, is Farewell to Kings. This is from 1977. We'll get going and get into this in just a minute. So yes, this is Farewell to Kings. So for this record, after the somewhat unexpected success of 2112, this gave them a little more freedom to explore different things, add more things, stick to their vision a bit more, with less pressure from the record company. So for the first time, they decided to leave Toronto to record. They actually went to Wales, Rockfield Studios, Rockfield, Monmouthshire, I think it's pronounced. They spent 3 weeks there recording. They didn't take a break after the tour for 2112. They just decided to keep going. And they went to Wales. They recorded this. This is the first time they added in some new instruments. Geddy Lee had a double bass and a Moog, mini Moog, I think. Alex Lifeson had a bass synthesizer that he was using. Him and Geddy Lee, I think, were both using that. Neil Peart added in some tubular bells and some chimes and stuff to his percussion. So they expanded a bit, explored a few new sounds on this, and it certainly made for a more interesting record, I guess, or a different sounding, but still in progressing in the way that I think they wanted to after being able to do 2112. So as far as the record itself, as far as the music, it opens up with A Farewell to Kings, the title track. This is a fairly proggy sounding piece of work. It's almost 6 minutes long, but very interesting. Starts off with some pretty acoustic guitar. Eventually the drums and the electric guitar kick in, and it really goes full force. But very, very, very cool opening to the album. Track 2 is Xanadu, which is a much bigger piece. It is 11 minutes long. The opening line, which is, I'll just read this: to seek the sacred river Alf, to walk the caves of ice, to break my fast on honeydew and drink the milk of paradise. This was from a poem called Kubla Khan. Samuel Joseph Miller, maybe? I'm not sure the exact name, but the guy who wrote it. But that was taken from that. This is, I will even mention Kubla Khan in the lyrics of the song. Yeah, I would say this was like kind of the centerpiece of the record. It is the longest track, and it really it ends side 1, and side 1 seems to be the big, more proggy side of the record, similar to what 2112 was. Even though there's 2 tracks, it seems to come across that way. Side 2 opens with Closer to the Heart, which has a great opening. And the men who hold high places must be the ones who start to mold a new reality, Closer to the Heart. Very, very cool, especially for a hit song. That opens up very well. I still don't think we've reached that level, but it's nice that they had these ideas back then. But Closer to the Heart was the first single. It's one of their best known songs. I mean, they have a lot of really well known songs, but this is, I would assume it was the biggest single they'd had to date at that point, because it's still very well known at this point. So I think it was pretty huge, and a short song, less than 3 minutes. So perfect for radio, obviously. Cinderella Man is the second track on side 2. That one is the lyrics were co-written with Geddy Lee and Neil Peart, or Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, I mean. So that's a little different. Usually it would be Neil Peart, but that's one of their songs, I guess. And then we go into Madrigal, which is a bit of a ballad. And then we end with Cygnus 10-1, Book 1, The Voyage. Or on the back of the record it just says Cygnus X1, but the lyrics inside actually give the longer title. So this is an epic science fiction based tale based around black holes and stuff. Neil Peart got very interested in that, and yeah, it fits in well with what they've done. Again, sort of with 2112, and it actually led to part 2 being done when they released Hemispheres. That one is Cygnus X 10-1, Book 2, Hemispheres. So that's how Hemispheres starts off. So there's a direct connection between those 2 records, which is pretty cool. Again, this was, I think 2112 was really the start of a big run for them, because of where things, you know, headed from there. Farewell to Kings, and then the other records that I'll go into with upcoming videos. They were on a real run. Some of their most classic stuff, I think, was at this time, when after they had gotten 2112 out and gotten that freedom to pursue their own vision without as much pressure, because they were actually having success. So, you know, it was a good thing. This is my copy anyway of Farewell to Kings. Decent condition considering. Anthem Records, right there. Pretty cool. And this was purchased for $1 way back in the 90s. So, oh, one more thing. There is an inner sleeve. Got to see the inner sleeve with the classic logo and some pictures. Not too bad. Looking pretty 70s there. So that's it for this episode of Rush Discography. Hope you liked it. If you did, you can like and subscribe. There's a website. You can. I'll put the link in the description. You can take a look if you like. Other than that, have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.